Hello, Grand Collective. This is Grand Madam with Grand Madam Tarot, and I'm going to do the third entry of the true crime. Uh, it's not a trilogy. It's four of them. Well, maybe. Let's say the trilogy, because one's an investigation, and I haven't gotten to that one yet. This one is going to be on Emanuela Orlandi. Netflix has a series. I was spellbound watching it called Vatican Girl. And it's about the disappearance of Emanuela Orlandi, 15-year-old coming back home from flute lessons, just suddenly disappears. And what has happened to spur it on? This is in 1983, June 22nd, 1983, 39 years ago. What's happened since then is they found some bones uh, somewhere in Vatican City under a tablet, and they thought it was her. It was not. But still, uh, the energy has returned to find out what happened to her. Now, I've had friends to visit Vatican City. I was born Catholic and raised Catholic. Went to Catholic schools, never was interested. Simply because the place didn't sit right with me. Not because of the tarot or anything like that, because I wasn't doing any of that then. But because it just didn't sit. Have you ever been or seen places that just don't feel right to you or just don't look right, as beautiful as they are, and you don't want any part of it? You're not going? That's me. Yet I've had coworkers who were highly religious. They would go, and when they came back, you ask them questions. Well, how was it, Vine? Did you see the library, the Vatican Library? Yes. Did you see the Statue of David? Yes. Did you? I know you didn't meet the Pope. No. And those were the responses. Well, how was the food? We didn't eat there, but we ate blah blah blah. Okay, so what was your impression of Vatican City? It's okay. Now, you spent all that money to fly that far, and all you can give me is one word answers? Something's up, I said to myself. That has been with everyone I've known. I've known, well, that's quite a few people who've had coworkers basically who've had the opportunity to go, and they just come back changed. On a travel show, they talked about pickpockets, how the Vatican City is a great tourist attraction, so you have thousands and thousands of people milling around in one area, and pickpockets are all over the place, and how you can get your purse cut off of you if you're using straps and things like that. Excuse me. And they never get caught and things like that. And I'm like, you've got more going on there than pickpockets. I don't know what it is going on over there. And don't dress like you're an American, meaning do not wear designer jeans or designer tennis shoes. I'm like, oh no, I know what's going on over there. So, Vatican City, even though it's a religious place and supposedly a highly spiritual place, is just like downtown USA. Anytime you can't be who you are, you've got to be on guard 24/7. That's like downtown USA. Sorry. So, it's been saying that. I just kicked something under here. What was I kicking? I don't know. I wanted to look into this disappearance of this young girl because throughout the entire series, every bit of inflammation. Yeah, it was inflamed. It was what do you call it? A deflection. Every piece of information. Why do I say inflammation? Hold that thought. Inflammation. It was a deflection. And I'm going to ask myself, I've never seen so many lies. And a red herring all the way around. They always gave the family little to no information at all. And what about this inflammation? But first of all, let's read the energy. We're going back to June 22nd, 83. And what happened in 85? Well, hold that thought. We'll get to 85 in a minute. When Emanuela was taken, she disappeared. Someone said they saw her selling Avon, passing out the booklets. I'm like, what in the world? Someone saw her here, someone saw her there. I think that's usual when you have a disappearance reported. And the police were no help. It was almost 3 weeks before they did anything because of a second disappearance of a young woman, young girl, not a woman, these are young girls, these 14, 15-year-old girls, but she lived outside of the Vatican City. I'm not sure, I don't remember if she knew Emanuela or not. But 2 disappearances within 3 weeks, there were probably more. I've never understood why, when it comes to the disappearance of a child or anyone, the police were never that interested. Not everybody walks away from their household. Not everybody is running away. And you got to check to be sure. I know it's a manpower, but it's better safe than sorry. So, what was the energy around Emanuela Orlandi when she was kidnapped, when she was taken? What was the energy? I think these cards are shuffled enough. Spirit said these cards are shuffled enough. Let's see what we have. I'm using the Dark Goddess deck. Okay. We have Tiamat Control. So she was taken obviously beyond control. Abuse. Oh God, it's getting worse. Oh, that's the death card. Defense. At the bottom of the deck, loss. Okay. Okay, folks. Okay. So she was probably gone. I'm listening to Spirit. Spirit, is that true? But let me ask you, because I get the impression that she was gone before they even looked for her. I mean, permanently gone. What is this about? Why was she taken? Alright. No, gypsies? Okay, hold on. Gypsies. Whoa, look what's at the... I don't know if that means anything. I just picked them up. Um, Control and abuse. So she was caught up in an abusive situation. Sounds like trafficking to me. That's what we call it today. So she was snatched right out of Vatican City. And why were the police so hesitant to look into her disappearance? That's another question I have. We'll get to that in a minute. I should write this down before I forget. Hopefully these questions are answered in the reading. Control and abuse. Well, the whole thing. Control, abuse, transformation, defense. Celtic spread. Okay. Hmm. That feels funny, Spirit. This or this? All right. Your call. Overall energy. Constancy. Everyday routine. Prison. This is weird. Service. Where's my booklet? This is a little weird here. Oh crap, I don't have it for here. All right. This looks like someone is already in prison for something. Let's keep going. Cheerfulness. This is in the past. Child. Sorrow. Sweetheart. She was trafficked, and they already have somebody in there, but not for her. Wedding. This is like the Four of Cups. I mean, the Four of Wands. This is the establishment. Celebrations. Hope still reigns eternal. Yes, the conversation is back. What happened to her? Now we have Old Woman's Council. She was taken. This is like someone riding up or driving up on her. I can take you home. It's not that far. But before you go, I need to make a stop here. Thought. All right, we got all that. Falseness. She was lured. She was lured into some type of vehicle. May I be of service? And they talked her into something that they thought, that whatever it is they lure a 15-year-old with these days, or those days. And here is a house, emotionally challenged, and the emotional challenge, the home. A thief. They stole her. Oh, that's weird. That's weird. And she's from a very strict home. So no, she's not going to be running around the street. She slips out with a friend. She's back before sundown. Yeah. She was trafficked. She was given a lot of false hope. Mhm. Yeah. And then she got sick. Hmm. So she was like, they duped her into going with them. According to Netflix's movie, documentary, or what do you call it? The lure was to help your father. Your father's in debt. Blah, 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 blah. This will help your father. Here's a messenger to the doc. Nah. Okay, doctor. And it wasn't the case at all. Mm-mm, mm-mm. As simple as that. They knew it. And I think she was trafficked to another country because they did say they found out that she was in a hostel in London. But after that hostel in London, that's when everything hit the fan. Hold on a second. Yeah. The hostel in London, and it all hit the fan. That's the businessman. So that's I guess the big boss, little boss. And that's when it all hit the fan. Hitting the fan. Oh, gee. And someone sent a letter to her family about her going on a journey, going away, and that she'd see them again. So this was an elaborate situation here. And I don't know. Maybe that's the letter. Or that's why the police took their time to look for her, because the family had been notified that she was given an opportunity to go do something, and like, oh hell no, not when you're supposed to be here at dinner at 5 o'clock. No, you're not going anywhere. And the police just never. Let's ask that question. Why did the police not pick up on that? Now somebody's supposed to be home right after class, and they are disappearing for days, and nobody's looking for them. The officials are not looking for them. Use the kippers. Let me use these first. Why did the police not respond when the family called them? Why did they wait 3 weeks until another girl had been taken? And then there was all these ties to uh, some trafficking scandal going on in the Vatican. That was in the Netflix program, but still no evidence, no evidence, no evidence. Why did the police take so long to look for Emanuela? Okay, Spirit, let's look at this. She died defending herself. Okay. And the Six of Swords trying to get to calmer waters. Wondering if it's worth the effort. I don't buy this. Oh, she ran off to find a new life, a new passion. Ran off with a lover. They always come off with that stuff. Really? Some Some felt that she had run off with a boyfriend. Others felt that they would never find her alive. I told you there's a lot of stuff that goes on in that place. Look, and here's the Ace of Swords. They waited for something else to happen before they could make a move. Three of Wands. And something else did. Temperance. Then they tried to put the two cases together, using what they had already. Four of Pentacles. 4-4 Foundation. This is the Four of Wands. Four of Wands, celebration, household, stability, a moment. Thank you for holding. Now, the truth came out about, and then they didn't know what to do. Two of Swords. Two of Pentacles, juggling act, which goes back to them not knowing what to do. Oh, Jesus, wait a minute, I haven't even finished over here. Okay. Oops. Sorry. I'll start that. So the case went cold. They had no evidence, they had nothing. And they were overburdened with other. I told you there's a lot of stuff that was going on at that Vatican City, didn't I? Now, these are the police. I'm looking at the police force. Overburdened. Some may have gotten a notice. This is also pages of children, oftentimes. And this is a financial statement. This could also have been a ransom notice, or this could have been that letter I was telling you about that someone sent to her parents, or she was sent to her parents telling her she was all right. She found out about this money making opportunity to help the family out. And here's the challenge about this is an emotional challenge. This is people who believe that she ran off with a boyfriend. And here is just not enough manpower. There must be something over there. Not enough manpower. I don't know what they're doing outside. At the bottom of the deck, we have the organization. Didn't have any resources. This is interesting. Oh, wow. Hold on. I have to hold it. Let's see. This must be some board or committee. Something like that. Two queens. Judgment call. Two kings. Two kings. And they made a decision. I guess they were the officials. And somebody couldn't sleep at night. Choice was made. I mean, they were looking around. Somebody made a decision to look a little bit deeply, but all they found, little seeds and new beginnings, that was false evidence. This false evidence that was planted, and then cold stop. Hermit. Somebody tried it on their own, and some thought that she had run away happy, or run away home from home because she was pregnant. It was a whole bunch of mess, and then it all just stopped. It all just stopped. Some kind of way the Vatican came under attack for it too. People were saying it was a manipulation. Her father worked for the Vatican. He was a layman, and he handled money. And the people they wanted justice. They weren't poor people. They weren't rich either. But it was like their faith was dwindling after that. Things happened quickly. Information came out. Pope did his bit. Talk about the children, how important the children are, blah, 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 blah. People had questions. And here's this guy again. There was some manipulation going on. Hope, false hope was given. Folks start looking, I guess the police start looking in different directions, different perspective on things. There was some type of collaboration, but it's like 8 and 8 here. Look at this. Someone who was tied up, others. Just let it go. They just let it go. They always figured that she would come back, but she didn't. But they never. I don't know what it is with folks when children are missing. I don't know. Are there that many runaways? You have to look. Basically, she was trafficked. She was kidnapped. There was a whole what thing of false evidence, a trail of false evidence, even to the note or letter that went to her family saying that she was okay. She had gotten, like, out of the daggone blue, she'd gotten a money making opportunity. She was selling Avon. So why can't you be home at 5 o'clock? Huh? It must be very, very difficult to live through something like that. It must be difficult to be, I know it's difficult and beyond words to be the family, but it must be extraordinarily difficult to be the police who were in charge and never found a thing. Okay? So Emanuela Orlandi was gone before the police even began to look. May the blessings be. Much love and condolences to the family. This is GrandMadam.